Today's topic is data analysis using Python libraries. Okay, in first half we will cover NumPy library, and in second half we will cover uh, Python Pandas library. I hope all of you are familiar with Python language. Let's start with our first library, NumPy. What is NumPy? NumPy stands for numeric Python, which is Python package for computation and processing of the multi-dimensional and single-dimensional array element. एक्चुअली जो हमारा NumPy लाइब्रेरीज है उससे हम एरे क्रिएट कर सकते हैं और उसको प्रोसेस भी कर सकते हैं. उसमें कुछ ऑपरेशन हम परफॉर्म कर सकते हैं लाइक स्टैटिक फंक्शन, मीन, मीडियन, सम, एंड इफ यू वांट टू ऐड सम array rows and column in your data frame in your Excel file, then you can use NumPy library. NumPy is a Python library used for working with array. Okay, there is two type of NumPy array. First is vector and second is matrix. What is vector? Vector is a one-dimensional array. It's like a one-dimensional array, like a list. If you know about list, what is list? List is a number of elements, like 1, 2, 3, red, green. So this type of item, list of items. Matrix. What is matrix? Matrix is a multi-dimensional array. It means you will have multiple rows and multiple columns. So this is vector and multi-dimensional array. So these two are the type of NumPy array, vector and matrix. Let's start with our practical topics about how to create a NumPy array using some functions in predefined NumPy array. Everyone can see that code.
You mentioned this font size is okay. Shall we zoom it more?
It's okay. You have to increase. First, we will create a NumPy array. First, we will start from vector. So here we have a list, my list. Okay, यहाँ पे हमने 3 एलिमेंट्स की हमने एक लिस्ट क्रिएट की है. इस लिस्ट से हम एरे क्रिएट करेंगे. हाउ? सबसे पहले हम NumPy लाइब्रेरी को इंपोर्ट करेंगे. इंपोर्ट NumPy एज np. np is a alias name of NumPy, so you can give any name to how to create vector. NumPy लाइब्रेरी में हमारे पास एक फंक्शन होता है एरे नाम से. ठीक है, वो एरे नाम से हमारे पास फंक्शन है. और इसको हम कैसे जैसे कि एनपी डॉट करते हैं तो हम टैब जैसे ही क्लिक करते हैं तो हमारे पास मल्टीपल फंक्शन हमें शो हो जाएंगे, डिस्प्ले हो जाएंगे. एनपी डॉट फर्स्ट ऑफ एनपी डॉट टैब एनपी डॉट के बाद जैसे ही आप टैब पे क्लिक करोगे आपके पास बहुत सारे फंक्शंस निकल आएंगे जो कि NumPy लाइब्रेरी के अंदर हमारे पास बहुत सारे फंक्शंस हैं. तो उसमें से हमने एरे जो फंक्शन है उसको इंपोर्ट किया है और एरे को इंपोर्ट करके उसमें फिर हम जो भी हम फंक्शन इंपोर्ट करते हैं फिर हम ब्रैकेट का यूज करते हैं. देन उसके बाद आप कर्सर को ब्रैकेट में रख के शिफ्ट टैब दबाना है तो आपको कंप्लीट उस फंक्शन की डेफिनेशन आपको डिस्प्ले हो जाएगी. जैसे कि हमारे पैरामीटर्स है एरे एक फंक्शन हमारा, ये उसके पैरामीटर्स हैं लाइक ऑब्जेक्ट, डाटा टाइप, कॉपी, ऑर्डर. सो आप शिफ्ट टैब से आप कोई भी फंक्शन का पैरामीटर्स आप देख सकते हो कि कौन कौन से पैरामीटर हैं और उनका क्या क्या यूज है. तो हमने यहाँ पे फर्स्ट पैरामीटर था ऑब्जेक्ट मीन्स कि आप किस ऑब्जेक्ट का यूज करके आप एरे क्रिएट कर रहे हो. यहाँ पे हमने माई लिस्ट फीड किया इसमें और हमने जैसे ही इसको रन किया तो ये एक एरे क्रिएट हो जाती है हमारी 1, 2, 3. ओके, तो आप ऐसे ही आप अपने इस आपको अगर ये चेक करना हो कि ये एरे ही है, वैसे तो यहाँ पे आपको एरे शो कर रहा है, बट अगर आप टाइप चेक करना सकते हो तो आप ये क्या करना, numpy डॉट एरे माई लिस्ट, इसको एक वेरिएबल में असाइन कर देंगे और देन उस वेरिएबल की टाइप चेक कर लेंगे. तो ये हमें रिटर्न कर रहा है numpy डॉट एंड एरे. ठीक है. नेक्स्ट है हाउ टू क्रिएट मैट्रिक्स. ओके, दिस इज द अनदर टाइप ऑफ numpy array. मैट्रिक्स में एक्चुअली क्या होता है, हमारे पास नंबर ऑफ रोज एंड नंबर ऑफ कॉलम्स होते हैं. तो हम यहाँ पे मल्टी डायमेंशनल लिस्ट एक क्रिएट करें, मल्टी डायमेंशनल 2 डायमेंशनल लिस्ट. ठीक है, जिसमें हमारे पास ये 5 1 2 3, दिस इज द फर्स्ट रो, 4 5 6 दिस द सेकंड रो, 7 8 9 दिस इज द थर्ड रो. ये इट्स ए मल्टी डायमेंशनल लिस्ट. सो इन मल्टी डायमेंशनल लिस्ट से हम एरे क्रिएट करेंगे. तो हमने सेम फंक्शन यूज करना है np डॉट एरे, एंड हम फीड कर देंगे मल्टी डायमेंशनल एलिमेंट, मल्टी डायमेंशनल लिस्ट को फीड कर देंगे इसमें. और जैसे ही हम इसको रन कर दे तो हमारे पास ये मल्टी डायमेंशनल एरे क्रिएट हो जाता है, मींस मैट्रिक्स. ओके, देन एक्चुअली हमारा हम जो रियल सिनेरियो पे जो भी हम डाटा यूज करते हैं वो एक्चुअली रो एंड कॉलम्स की फॉर्म में होता है, मींस डाटा फॉर्म की, डाटा फ्रेम की फॉर्म में. सो आप इस इसको आप एज ए डाटा फ्रेम यूज कर सकते हो. वैसे डाटा फ्रेम हम यूज करेंगे पांडास में, हाउ टू क्रिएट डाटा फ्रेम. सो दिस इज द बेसिक लाइब्रेरी numpy टू एनालाइज योर डाटा फ्रेम डाटा. So first of all we are learning how to create data set, own data set. Okay, this is our data set. This is a 3 dimension, 3 by 3 array, 3 row and 3 columns. How to create matrix through numpy function. So other way भी हमारे पास कैसे हम matrix create कर सकते हैं using numpy.
Mr. Sumit, some of the participants has some understanding issue, so if you can try to have maximum content in English, that will be better.
Okay, sir. How to create matrix through numpy function. So we will use some other function to create a matrix. First, from in starting, we create matrix through list function. Okay, using list. Now we are creating array using some functions like arrange function. Arrange function, you can see the tab, shift tab. Then you can see the parameter. First parameter is start and second is stop. ठीक है, and third parameter is step. These are the 3 parameter. First 3 parameter, start, stop, step. ठीक, okay. From this function we will create array. In first parameter we assign a 0 and second parameter 10. So it will create a array from 0 to 9. It means 10 elements. So you can create array using arrange function. And if you will feed third parameter to in arrange function, it means third parameter stands for step. Okay, step means difference, first and second element, difference between first and second elements. So we will get a array with 2 difference, 2 step, 0 2 4 6 8. Next, we have some other functions to create array, special array like 0 function. It will create a array matrix, array with 4 zeros, because we give a 4 in parameters. Okay, so you can add 5 in this result, so you will get a array with elements 5. Next, using 0 function, you can create matrix also, 3 by 3. It means it will return a 3 by 3 matrix. There is one more function, is one function. One function is used if you want to create a array with one element. It means int 1, float, you can say float 3. It will return a array of 3 elements. You can multiply this by 10, you will get a array of 10 elements. Next is you can perform any operation on this numpy array. Next is how to divide number in equal spaces. So we have other function, line space, in numpy function, numpy library. This line space function divide the array in equal spaces. For example, first parameter, it's a starting point 11 and end point is 20. And third parameter, divide the uh, array in 5 equal spaces. Okay, this is 11, 13.2.5, 15.5, 17.75, and 20. This is the array equally divided in 5 parts. So there is a I function also. I function also create array and give the matrix with diagonal elements are 1. Okay, you can see here diagonal elements only 1 and other elements are 0. So I function, and you multiply this array with any number 3, 4, 5. Any you can perform any operation, multiplication, divide. There is one more there is one more operation you can perform. If you have a matrix of 4 by 4, then you will have multiple diagonals. Okay, if you put equal, this is the third parameter. If you give -1, then it will assign 1 in below the diagonal. This is the main diagonal. You can go with my cursor. This is the main diagonal. This is the main diagonal, and we give the value k equal to -1. So it will put 1 below the
Hello.
diagonal. Yes,
Hello. Excuse me, sir. Sir, actually,
yes.
we joined late. There was some technical problem. Can you please give us a review? What is going on?
Actually, we are
Please
learning
give us
NumPy
overview,
array.
if
Uh,
possible.
we are uh, we are using NumPy array for data analysis, and
Mr.
NumPy
Sumit,
array have.
Mr.
Yes, sir.
Sumit, you can start from the again from the first cell. You can scroll the this Jupyter notebook then.
Okay,
Yeah. So they will get the idea. So basically, today's topic is on free tools for data analysis. So there are two libraries he is going to talk. One is on NumPy, another is on Pandas. So he's just giving the overview of NumPy library, which is freely available in Python. So using the Jupyter notebook, anyone can use. So you don't require any additional software. So, or in case if you want to work offline, you need to download the one software by the name Jupyter Notebook that is a part of the Anaconda. So he will now continue from here. You can start from the first cell.
okay. Uh, First of all, we will have to import the NumPy array if you want to create an array. Actually, NumPy library used to create a array. An array have two parts, vector and matrix. So here we are using some functions how to create vectors and matrix. And array is the main function to create array. So here we pass the we import the library. First of all, import numpy as np and use a function array function and feed the my list. My list contain number of elements. It means list. So using list you can create a array. And you can, if you want to create a matrix, then you matrix. What is matrix? Matrix is a multi-dimensional array. It means you will have multiple rows and columns. Okay, so we first of all we will create a multi-dimensional list. Okay, you using multi-dimensional list you can create matrix. Just feed the variable name object of the list and create a array. This is the 3 by 3 matrix. 3 by 3 array matrix. Then there is a more function to create a NumPy array, like arrange function. First parameter and second parameter is the starting and ending point. So it create a array from 0 to 9 elements. Okay, and third parameter is step. Is if you give a two, then it will give the difference between it give the difference of two between two elements. For example, start with 0 and increment by 2, 4, 6, and 8, and end point is exclude. Okay, starting point is include, and second parameter it means ending point is exclude, so it will not count 10. And some other function zeros, you can create a array of zeros. Okay, And there is one more function once. It give the array of one elements. It means only one will be available in the array elements, but you can perform any operation with this, like multiplication, division, sum. So you can make any elements after that. Next is line space function. Line space function is used to divide the array in equal parts. For example, 11 is the starting point and 20 is the ending point, and 5 is the spaces. How many in how many parts you want to divide? So here we divided the array in 5 equal spaces. And there is a I function. I function also create a array and give the diagonal element uh, equal to 1, and other element will be 0. Then you can multiply 3, 2, 4 and add anything operation. Next is random function. Okay, you can create a array of random elements. Okay, there is a library in NumPy array, random library, np.random, and there is a function rand, R-A-N-D. Okay, it take one parameter. Using tab and shift, you can uh, see the what is parameter of that function. Shift tab, you can click shift tab. So here we in first parameter we give the a number, how many random elements you want to create. So here we give the 5. It means we this function return a 5 random numbers, and this number will be floats, a real number. Okay, and then you can multiply by divide, any you can perform any operation on that. Yeah, and if you give the two elements, it is first parameter and second parameter, for example 4 by 4, so it will return a array of 4 by 4 matrix with random numbers. There will be all elements will be random. 4 by 4, it means 16 random number. There is one more function in random library, name is rand n. So in this function, you can see above output. Here all the elements are positive. Okay, but if you use rand n, then it will return positive and negative both numbers. Only this is the difference. Next is rand int function. Rand int function, it's give only integer value. Okay, first parameter is the starting. In rand int, you can see the parameters using shift tab. So here is the first parameter is low and second parameter is high. It means we will have to give the range 0 to 15. So it will return a random number between 0 and 50. Every time it will return another random number. Next is third parameter is number of elements. It means size. Third parameter is size. So it will return a 10 random values between 50 to hundreds. All this operation we can perform with your real data, like data frame. If you are using Excel data set, okay, then you can perform all these operations. You can add row and columns. We will cover this topic next half. Reshape array. If you want to reshape array, for example, first of all we create a array using arrange function 0 to 25. It means 25 elements. It will give the it will return the return a array from 0 to 24 elements. It means total 25 elements. So if you want to reshape this array, this is a vector. Okay, if you want to reshape like matrix, then you will use a reshape function 5 by 5. We have total 25 elements, so we can convert this in 5 by 5 matrix. Okay, Next, I run the this cells reshape 5 by 10. It return error. Why? Can't reshape array of size 25 into shape 5 by 10. It means if you want to convert this array 5 by 10, it will use 50 elements, but we have 25 elements total. So only this matrix we can reshape 5 by 5 or 25 by 1 or 1 by 25. Shape function, if you want to see the shape, it means number you want to if you want to know how many elements are there in array, so you can use shape function. There is some more function in array like max and minimum. If you this is a array of random elements, 10 random elements, and if you want to perform max function, so it will give the maximum elements, sorry, which element is maximum in random elements. It's written 97. 97 is the maximum value, and same is minimum. Next is indexing. Some function is argmax. Argmax return the index of the maximum value. Okay. For example, here is a 97 is the largest number, and if you want to see the index of the largest value, so we will use argmax function. It return the index, and same is arg minimum. There is a function is transform. It convert the row into columns and convert the columns into rows. If you have a array of three 2 by 3 array, so if you will apply the transform function, it convert the it change the shape 3 by 2. This is the array 3 by 2, sorry, 2 by 3, and array dot transpose, and it give the result in 3 by 2 array.
Excuse me, sir. Sumit, sir.
Yes,
I
sir.
have a question.
Yes, sir.
Sir, I just want to know that in programming language, we generally navigate to an array using the index value, right?
Actually, your voice is not clear.
Do the same.
Hello. Next is we will perform some indexing function on array. First of all, we created. Hello, everyone can hear me?
Yes, you are audible.
Hello.
Yes, sir. You're audible, sir.
Okay. In next session, we will perform some indexing operation. Every element have every element in array have one index. Okay, and index start from 0. Okay. For example, we have a array 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. These are the array of 6 elements. So each element have one index, and index start from 0. So 0, this element have index 0, and 2. This is the second 2 element. The index is 1. So index start from 0 and continue increment by 1. So if you want to access particular any elements from array, so you can use index. This is the syntax: array and square bracket. In square bracket, you can put index number. If you put 2, then it will return the elements of the second index. Second index means third, because index start from 0. So it return the four elements index. Second 2 is the index. So what is the element on the second index is 4. So this is the positive indexing, but normally we say index. But there is one more indexing, is negative indexing. In negative indexing, indexing starts from right to left. Okay, from 10 element. Negative indexing start from right to left. So it means 10 is the first element, and negative indexing start from -1, not from 0. Okay, so if we put if we give -4, so it will return the -1, 2, 3, and 4. It return the 4 element 4. Okay, this is the positive and negative index. Next is slicing. If you want to if you want to return a number of elements from array, so we use slicing. It means if you want to get elements in particular range, then we use slicing index. This is the syntax: array, square bracket, and column. In left side we use the starting point, and in the right side it's the end point. Okay, and left start point is include and end point is exclude. So it will return the element from 1 to 4 index. Okay, because 5 is exclude. So here we give the index values. So for it will return the elements from 1, from this 1, 2, 3, and 4. Same as positive slicing, there is a negative slicing also, and you can give the range -1, -3 to -1. Okay, in positive slicing you will have to start from left side, but in negative in slicing you will have to start from right side. So this is the starting point -1, and this is the end point -3. It means it will return 2 elements, -1 index and -2 index, and 3 is the exclude. Ending point should be exclude. Next is there is one more parameter in slicing. This is third parameter. In third parameter we give third parameter is used for step. It means difference. So if we give the start index 1 and end index 5, and step is 2, so it will increment the indexing value. It means it will return the value of first index and third index, and fifth is exclude. So it will return the two elements of first and third elements, the third index. Next, if you left the
Excuse me,
starting,
sir. Can you repeat the previous command?
okay, this one.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Okay, in slicing there is one more parameter, name is step. Okay, name is step used for difference. Okay, so it increase the indexing with step. It means if you have a index from 1 to 5, so is and third parameter is 2. You can give any 3 and 4, any value. Here I give the 2 value. It means it increase the indexing with 2 elements. It means 2 steps. So it return the value of index 1 and 3, because there is an increment of 2. 1 plus 2, it means 3. It increase the indexing value. Okay, so it here 2 and 6 is the element. Here 2 and 6 is the elements of first and third index array.
Right, sir.
And next is if you don't give the value to starting index and just give the ending index. So here I give the 6 value to ending index, and starting index is empty. So it return the elements from 6 to 0 elements from right to left. If you don't give the element, it means it automatically get initialize the value with 0. It means 0 to 6. Okay, and if you don't give the value to ending index, it will assign the automatically last elements, last index. It means from 3 to last index of array. So it return the elements from third index 0 1 2 3, third index to last element. It return 6 8 10, 6 8 10. Then you can assign any values using slicing. For example, slicing is 0 to 5. So if you want to assign a new value in a particular range, for example, here we assign the 200 value. So it will change the element with 200 on a particular range 0 to 5. Okay, so you can give any values. Next is matrix indexing. We covered the vector indexing. Now
But sir,
next is,
excuse me, sir. But
yes,
in the last command, the last value is not changed. So I think, yeah. Yes,
yeah,
sir.
last is not same, because we give the range from 0 to 5, but 10 is the sixth element.
But sir, it's having the fifth index.
0 1
The number of
2
index is fifth
3
because
4
we start from
5
the zero.
5 is the exclude.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Okay, right.
So
Right, sir.
10 is
So
remaining.
we just counted from the zero to fourth element,
0
right?
0 to 4,
Okay, fine, sir.
5 is exclude. Next is indexing in matrix. Okay, we covered the indexing in vector. Now we will cover the indexing in matrix. Okay, here we created the matrix of 3 by 3 elements. So yeah, if you already familiar with the matrix indexing, for example, uh, this is the row. Okay, which are highlighting, and this is the column 5 20 35 10. This is the first column, this is the second column, sorry, this is the first column, this is the second column, and this is the third column. Okay, and this is the first row and second row and third row. So each element, for example 5, okay, and indexes always start from 0. If you are starting with row, first row start with 0 row, and first row and then second row. If you take a 5 element, first element of the matrix, it have a index of 0 0. It means 0 row, 0 row and 0 column. Okay, and for 10, 0 row and first column, and for 15, 0 row and second column. Okay, you can understand what is the indexing of the of matrix. Indexing will be in the form indexing will be like this: 0 0. First index for row and second index for column. So in matrix, each element have index in this form, row and column index. Okay, if you want to get a first element, it means 5. So you will have to give two index, first index for row and second index for column. Okay, this is the row index and this is the column index. Okay, 0 0. So it return 5. And if you array underscore 2d, it's a matrix. Okay, if you just give single index, it means 0, so it return the 0th row. It means first row, 5, 10, 15. Next, you can this is the one of the form to give index, and one more is like this: 2 square bracket 2 comma 1. It means 2 is the array, sorry, 2 is for rows and 1 for column. So what is the element on this index? 2 row, second row, and first column. First column, it means this. So it return the 20th element. Okay, so it's your choice. You use this one or this one. Next, here also slicing part. Here we are getting any single element and single row. Okay, so if you want to use slicing, you can use slice. If you want to get elements in particular range, then you can use slicing. For example, here we are using 0 colon 2. It means it return the row from 0 to 2. 2 is the exclude, so it return the first and second row of the matrix. Okay, 0 to 2, 2 is exclude, so it return the first row and second row. Next, if you want to a sum matrix, you want to get a sum matrix. For example, if you want to get a if you want to return a sum matrix like 10, 15, and 25 and 30. If you want to return a sum matrix of 2 by 2, then you can use slicing. First, in slicing, you will have to give slice from first. You will have to give slice for rows and columns separately. So this is the syntax. This is the first part for row, and this is the second part for columns. So if you want to get a matrix, some matrix from this matrix, so here you can check only 0th and first row are used. This for this one and this one. This is the range from 0 to 2. It means 0 and first row. And for columns, this column and this column, it means first and second column. So we will have to give a slice for differently in different form. This is the first part for rows, and this is the second part for columns. 0 to 2, and from 1 to last element. Last elements you can give 3. Sorry, you can give 3, or you can empty, because 3 our matrix is 3 by 3. So it returns the sum matrix in this form. Everyone get
Excuse me, sir. The first part will be the optional or not?
this one, which is
Yeah.
you can fill or not, because if we put if we don't give any value, it means it automatically get 0
Okay, sir. Okay.
from left
And then
side. And
and second,
if you empty on right side, it will automatically get the last index.
okay, sir.
One
And
to
then
last.
and here the 2 is not counted, right? I think.
Yeah, 2 is exclude. Right part is exclude.
Okay, sir.
Okay, right side always exclude. Next is advanced indexing. In advanced indexing, already this is our matrix. Already we get single element and we get sub matrix in particular range. But if you want to get any element randomly, for example, if you want to get 5, 30 and 35 simultaneously, so you will have to use advanced indexing. This is advanced indexing syntax. You will have to give index in list form. First list used for row and second list for columns. Okay. Here we get 5, 30, 35 elements. 5, if you want to 5, 35 and 35. So you will have to note the row and columns index of each element. For example, 5 have 0 row and 0th column, and 30 first row, it means second row and third column. Yeah, 30 have index 2, it means, sorry, 1, and third 30 have index, sorry, 2. This is the index of 30. Okay, and for 35, 0 and 1, and this is for 5, 30 and 35. So you will have in advanced indexing, in first list, give the all row index of each element, and this is the column index of each elements which you want to get. Got it? This is the list for row and this is the list for columns. Okay, 0, 1, 2, it means 0, 1, and sorry, this was 2, second row. Okay, everyone get what is advanced indexing? Next is Boolean function. Here we will use some comparison operators for booleans. For example, we have a array from 0 to 10. If you want to get elements more than 5 values, for example, array greater than 5, all the comparison operator are Boolean. Boolean means true and false, and comparison operator always give the output in true and false. Okay, so if you want to get elements, all the element bigger than 5, so it will return the output in this form: false, 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 because all these elements are less than 5, and greater than 5 are true. Okay, 5 is not in true. For this one also false. But if you want to actual elements, then you will have to assign this operation in a particular any variable, and this variable assigned to this variable, you can give any name. This variable work as a index. Okay, array, square bracket, Boolean. What is in Boolean? False and true element, list of false and true values. So where is the true? Give the elements. For example, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Only true indexes give the value of true indexes. Okay. you can perform all this step in single step. Array square bracket array greater than 5. Next is we can perform some operations, mathematics operation on array. For example, np dot square root. Okay, square root and feed the array. Array have 10 elements from 0 to 10. So it return the square root of each square root of each element of the array. Okay. Next, if you want to get the even number from the array, so you can array divided by 2 equal to 0. So it return the even values. Okay, if you want to filter out all the even values from the array, then you can perform this operation. So it give the true and other values are false, because we are already we convert the array in this form. Array percentage 2 equal to 0. It means if remainder is 0, if remainder is 0 or the for even numbers, 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, these are the even number. So we give this operation in square bracket. Got it? There is some more operation. We will cover some more operation in NumPy array. For example, addition of two array plus array. If you want to add array in array, you can use different two arrays. For example, array 1 and array 2. Then you can add two array. Okay, and you can multiply arrays. You can add any scalar value in the array. For example, array plus 100, array minus 100. So here this is the our array 0 1. Sorry, this is our original array 0 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. If you want to add any number like this, if you want to add 100, then it add the 100 in each element of the array 101, 102, 103, 104. You can scale function. You can use here double star. It means scale of array. Okay, scale of each element of the array 0, 1, 4, 9, 16. You can give any value 3. It means it returns the cube of the array. Okay, already we covered square root function. Here one more function is exponential function. Mean, you can perform mean and max function on NumPy array. Np dot max and feed the array, np dot minimum and feed the array. You can perform like in this form also. Yeah, array dot max. You can perform some trigonometry function like tangent, sine, cosine. All these functions are in NumPy array. You can perform log 10 also, log 10. Next is matrix based operations. Okay, now we created two-dimensional matrix 3 by 3. And if you this is most important operation, because if you have in a real scenario, you will have a data in Excel form in row and columns. If you want to add any row and or columns, then you will have to use NumPy function like append function. Okay, if you want to add a new row in your data frame, in your data set, then you will have to use append function. Append function will add the new row in the ending point, in the end. For example, this is our matrix. If you want to add new row in this matrix, then you will have to use append function. Okay. You can check the parameters. First parameter is used for array, in which array you want to add. And second is value of the rows. And next parameter is axis. Here is axis equal to none. Always remember, if axis equal to 0, it means it used for rows. And when you give one value to axis, it means one is used for columns. So here we are adding row. So here third parameter will be 0. And first parameter is array, in which array you want to add. And second array parameter, row values. So you will have to give in double list form. Why in double list? Because our array is two dimensional. So you will have to give new row elements in two dimensional list. Okay. For example, 55, 60, and 65, and axis equal to 0. So it will add a new row in the ending. Okay. And if you want to add new column, then you will have to give third parameter 0 to 1. Okay. And remember, if you give value to columns, new column, then use this syntax. Okay. You will have to cut and paste. Okay. In this form. For column, it will add the new column 55, 60, and 65. Okay. Append function always append the element in the end. Okay. If you want to add new column and new row in a particular index, then we will use insert function. Okay. Insert function. First parameter is same, array, and third parameter is second parameter is used as a index, at which index you want to add new column. Here we are adding new column 55, 60, and 65, and one used for axis 1. For example, if you want to add at first index, okay, this is the 55, 60, and 65. You add a new column at the second index. It means 1. So you can also add row at a particular index also using axis equal to 0. Next is delete function. If you want to delete any row and columns from your data frame from your data sets, so you can use delete function. Because when you use data analysis, you will have to remove or add some columns and rows in your data frame for analysis purpose to increase your accuracy. Delete function also work as same as append function or insert function. First parameter is for array, and second is the Second parameter used for index. You want to, if you want to delete second index, and 0 is stand for axis. So it will delete the last row of your matrix. Same as for column, axis equal to 1. If you want to change elements of a particular row or columns, then just simply just assign the new value in a particular index. For example, array underscore 2 is the two-dimensional matrix, and first is the, here we give the index of the row. It means first index row. This is the first row, and we assign the value 0 0 0, new value. You can assign any value, 1 1 2 2, any value. Okay, so it change the value of second rows. So in same way you can change the value of columns. Next is if you want to change the column value, you will have to change the syntax. For example, if you want to change the element of second column, it means 10 0 and 40, then you can't give this in this form, because it will think that this is first row, second index, second row. So if you want to change the elements of the column, then you will have to use slicing. Okay, if you want to change the value of 10 0 and 40, it means second column. Okay, then you will have to use slicing. It means 0 to last. If you want to change these elements, so all the row are using in this column from 0 to 2, 0 1 2. So all the rows 0 to last, and which column? First column. It means 0 column, first column, and second column. 1 to 2. 2 is exclude, and assign the value in this form. So it changed the value to 2 and 2. Next is concatenation function. This function is also important if you have a two data frame. Okay, that if you want to combine these two data frame, then analysis, so you can use concatenation function. For example, array 1 is your first array, 1 2 3 4, and array 2 have elements 5 6 7 8. If you want to combine this array, then you can use concatenation function, and p dot concatenate. Okay, first array and second array. So it combine the array 1 and array 2 in this form, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. Here you can check the parameter. Here x is equal to, by default, is 0. Okay, so it combine the array in stack form. Okay, for example, it concatenate the array according to rows. Okay, as like a stack. And if you want to add, if you want to combine these two arrays in column wise, okay, then you give the value x is equal to 1. So it combine the two array in column wise. Okay, 1 2 3 4, 5 6 and 7 8 are the second array. And if you give the value x is equal to none, if you don't want to give any value, 0 1 1 and none value, it return the it combine the element in a single row, in a vector form. Okay, in a flattened form. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 8. Next is multiplication of matrix. Okay. Here is two array, 1 and 2. So you can use multiply functions. Okay. Array 1 and array 2. So it will return a multiplication of matrix. And there is one more is dot function. You can search what is dot matrix. Sorry, dot multiplication. Okay. This is the simple multiplication. For example, these are the two array 1, 2, 3, 4, and 9. So it multiplies same element of multiply the if you are using multiply function, then it multiply the same index value. For example, 1 multiply by 9, 2 multiply by 8, it means 16. But dot matrix is different. Okay, you can google it, what is dot matrix, then you will get a complete formula of dot matrix. There is one more, there is more arithmetic function like subtract function and divide function. And you can use power function. It means np dot power and give the array, and this is the power. It means square of array. This is the array of 3 element 2, 3, 4, and if you want to scale that, then you can power function, or you can use star function, double asterisk sign, then 2 and 3 and 4. Okay. Some static functions also available. For example, mean, sum, average function, median function. You can perform median function, np dot median array, and accessible to 0. It means axis wise, accessible to row. For example, this is our array. Okay, if you want to get median, np dot median array, it return the median element of the all the elements of the array. But if you give the parameter x is equal to 0, okay, it means row wise median, median of this row and this row and this row, okay, separately. And if you want to if you give x equal to 1, then column wise median of, okay, median of each column, median of each row. In same way, standard deviation, you can get standard deviation, variance. This is our NumPy topic. In next session, we will start from pandas libraries. Okay. Anyone have any question about NumPy array? Now we will start from pandas. What is pandas? Python pandas is defined as an open source library that provide high performance data manipulation in Python. Okay. Pandas is most important library for data analysis. Okay. Pandas is built on top of NumPy package, means NumPy is required for operating the pandas. Okay, जो backend में in backend NumPy array always operating. So pandas is advanced library. You can perform more operations on data frame. Same as NumPy array, pandas also have two types. First is series, and second type is data frame. Data frame is most important. because in a real scenario, in real life, always we have data in the form of data frame. Data frame means row and columns. Okay, and series is one dimensional. Series always used for add row and column in your data frame. Okay. Now we will start from series. Pandas is an open source library built on top of NumPy, and it is used for data analysis, data cleaning, and preparation. It is also have built-in visualization features. Actually, pandas have visualization graphs also contain, but mostly we use other library for visualization like Matplotlib and C1 because in pandas have some limitation in visualization. So we use pandas only for data analysis purpose like data cleaning. Okay, it can work with data from wide variety of sources. First of all, we imported the pandas and NumPy libraries. Here we will create a series using list and array and dictionary. Okay. What is series also look like series also a one-dimensional array, and NumPy and vector also one-dimensional array. So what is the difference between uh, series and vector? Only one difference. In vector, each element have open index, and index start from 0, but index is not visible in vector. Okay, but in series you can see index with elements. For example, let's create a series. This is a list of alphabets ABC. Okay, this is the list ABC, and this is one more list 10, 20, and 30. First of all we will use this list pd dot series same as array. Series also a function of pandas library. Okay, series first parameter is equal to data. Okay, from which data you want to create series. Here we feed the my data. What is my data? It is a list of elements 10, 20, 30. So it written a series of three elements 10, 20, and 30, and 0 and 1 and 2 are the index of these elements. You can see the index with element. Okay, this is the difference. Here 0, 1, 2, 3 are the by default index. If you want to change the name of index, then you can add your own index. First parameter is used for data, and second parameter used as for index. Okay, index equal to label. Now, what is in label? Label variable also contain a list ABC. So here this cell return a series of three elements, and this element have index from index ABC from A to C. ABC are the new index. Okay, so if you want to here we give the data equal to and index equal to label. So if you no need to require the parameter name. If you want, if you are using parameter in continue way. For example, first parameter always used for array data, and second parameter always used for index. So you don't need to give the name of parameter name. And next is you can create series from dictionary. If you already familiar with the dictionary is in the form of key and value form. This is the dictionary index. uh, A, B and C are the key, and 10, 20 and 30 are the values. This is the dictionary index. So we will create a series using dictionary. pd.series, and we pass the dictionary D. So keys of the dictionary always used as a index of the series ABC. Okay. This is how to create a series. We will give more time to data frame, because data frame is most important type of pandas. Here we will create a data frame, open data frame. Okay. Here we import the essential library. Here we will create a data frame. Okay, using random function randn. Okay, we will create open data frame. How to create open data frame? Okay, rand n 5 by 4. It means 5 row and 4 columns. It return the 5 by 4 matrix with random values. Okay, so from these values, from this array, we will create a data frame. Okay, what is data frame? Data plus frame. Okay, frame of data. And what is frame? Row and columns. Each row and columns have open index. pd dot data frame. This is the function, and first parameter used as a data. Okay, which is data? 5 by 4. This is our data. And second parameter used, you can check with the shift tab. You can see the parameter. First parameter is data, and second parameter is used for index, second columns, and this is data. D type is data type and copy. So first parameter is our data, and second is index, and third column is used for column name. So here we have 5 row, so we'll have to give 5 index, and 4 is column. So we'll have to give 4 values in column. And you run this command, and you will get a data frame in this form. A, B, C, D, E are the rows, W, X, Y, Z are the columns. So in a real scenario, you will have data in this form, row and columns. Here I can use a real data, but if you want to learn some operation, then you will have to use small data frame. Okay. Here we can access particular row and columns using index. Df is our variable of data frame. You can give any name. Df is the standard form. Assign, give the value of give the index of columns. If you want to access any column, then you just use the square bracket function, square bracket, and pass the value of column, for example z. This is how to access particular columns. You can check the type of df. This is core.frame data frame. Next is there is one more form to access data column of a data frame. This is df.w. So you can use this one and this one. This is your choice. if you want to access a particular column from data frame. Next, if you want to access more than one column at a time, so you will have to give, if you will have to pass a list of that column's name. For example, W and Z are the two columns and give in the form of list. Okay, so it return the data frame in this form, W and Z. Next is now we are performing operation on columns. Okay, after columns we will perform in according to rows. So now if you want to add a new column in your data frame, okay, then what is the syntax? This is the syntax df. Okay, df is our data frame, and just pass the name. You can give any name. For example, I give the new. If I want to give add a column with new name, okay, and what value you want to pass? I want the summation of w and y, okay, and run the command. So we get a new column, new summation of w, w and y column, w and y, minus 0.89, minus 1.1. We add this value. So this is our new column. Okay. This is how to access a particular column and add a particular add a new column. Now next part is how to delete a column from data frame. Okay, df.drop function. Here we use drop function, and which function you want, which column you want to drop? Name of the column, first parameter, and second parameter access equal to 1. It means column 1 always used for columns. Okay, so you can see new column is deleted. But if you will run df again, then you can see new column is still in our data frame. So it means here new data column, new column is deleted temporarily. If you want to delete permanently, then you will have to use one more parameter. Name is in place equal to true. By default, its value is false. You can check in parameter. So here you will have to, if you want to delete permanent, then you will have to use in place parameter with true. Okay. Then you run the df again. You can see new column is permanently deleted. Okay. Now next is our how to access a particular row and how to add a new row, how to delete a row. So first of all, we will add a new row. Okay, how to add a new row in your data frame. Then you will have here we will create a series of pd dot series. You know how already you know how to create series. This is series 1 2 3 4 5, sorry, 1 2 3 4, and its second parameter is for index, and we feed the df dot column. Actually this function, actually this line, df dot columns always return the name of the column's name. So always return the name of the columns. Okay, so here in index we use the df dot columns. So here we created a series. Okay. So if you want to add a new row, here number of columns are 4. Okay, so you will have to create a row with 4 elements. Okay, so we created a series in this form 1, 2, 3 with 4 elements. So we will add these elements in our data frame. Okay, so for that we will use df.append function. Okay, here we are using append function to add a new row, and we pass the data pd.series. Actually we are using this syntax. You can give them assign these values, this this cell, sorry, assign this series elements in a variable x. Here you can say any name, for example row. Then you can pass here row. Okay, comma, ignore underscore index is equal to true. It means here in series we have just series. We don't have any um, this row index. Okay, so that's why we use this parameter ignore underscore index equal to true. Okay, it means जो it means it ignore the index of data frame a, b, c, d and e. Okay, because we did not give the index to our series. That's why we ignore the index of original data frame. And if we will ignore the index, then it will automatically use that by default index. By default index is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it add the new row 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, in data frame. Next is drop function. How to delete a row. While here we are using x is equal to 1 to delete a column. If you want to delete row, then you will have to use x is equal to 0 here. But by default its value is 0, so you don't need to use this index here. Already it take automatically x is equal to 0. So it deleted the last row e. Okay, but always remember, if you want to delete permanently, so you will have to use in place function. Next is one more, how to access rows. Okay, already we learn how to access columns. Okay, but how to access rows? Then you will have to you will use log function to access rows. Log function, loc. Okay, and pass the row name, row index c. So it return the value of rows, element of rows. Okay, log function. And one more is ilog function. Ilog function use by default index. By default index. Okay, by default index 0, 1, 2, 3. And C is the original index which we give separately in our data frame. Okay, and if you want to access multiple rows, then you will have to pass the rows name in list form in log function. Okay, And if you want to access a particular cell value, then you will have to give the value of row and column. For example, if you want to access this cell value, okay, so you will have to give the row and column value. B is the row and Y is the column, so you will get this cell value. Okay. Next, if you want to access a particular values, for example, some matrix from data frame, so you'll have to same like numpy array. You will have to give first list first list of first list and second list. First list contain all the rows index, and the second list is the all the columns. Okay, x and y, a b c is the rows. This is the sub matrix. Okay, if you want to access some matrix from data frame, then you will have to use advanced indexing. Okay, first list and second list. First list contain all the row values, and second list contain all the columns values. Next, if you want to add new row, already we add new row using append function, but this is little bit complicated using append function. If using append function, you will have to create series, then you use append function. But using log function, for example, if you want to add new row with f name and elements 1 2 3 4, so you can use log function in simple form, df.log and name of the row f, and these are the elements. So if you run the df, you will see a new row added 1 2 3 4. Next is some operations on data frame, like comparison operator. Df greater than 0. It means those elements are greater than 0. Okay, those elements are greater than 0 is assigned true values, otherwise false values. Okay, but if you want to check the actual value, not true and false, in same way as like numpy, you will have to give df and operations. What is operation? This one, df greater than 0. So you will get data in this form. True replace the real value and false replace the NaN. NaN is not a number. Okay, you can perform in single step df greater than 0. If you want to get the w columns values greater than 0, so you can perform on single columns operation, comparison operators. Here we apply the df w greater than 0. Okay, so it will return all the rows where w column values greater than 0. Okay, you can see this is greater than 0, 0.2 greater than 0, 0.9 greater than 0, and 1 also greater than, but it did not return value a or b, a and b, because a and b less than 0. You can see here minus 0.8 and minus 0.3. So we apply the operation on W function, on W columns greater than zeros. So it returns the data frame which contain value greater than 0 in W column. Okay, false and false. Next, after perform this operation, W greater than 0, you can access particular row and column values. So, for example, X is our columns. This is our final data frame after apply this operation. Okay, W X Y Z. So, if you want to access particular column from this data frame, then you can add index. This is the operations. And if you want to access only X column data, you can add multiple columns like in this form. You can use AND operator. Okay, the df W greater than 0 and df greater than equal to 1. Okay, so it return only single row. It means wth column value between 0 to 1. You can use OR operator also. Next function is reset index. Okay, reset index means we give the name our data frame A, B, C, D, E. This was our index. But if you want to reset the index, reset index means by default index. So you can use rest underscore index. So it will assign by default index 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Next is if you want to give a index, if you want to assign a column, if you want to assign a column as a index, then you can use set index function. For example, we have a string C A N Y W Y. This is a string, and we split this string using split function. It split the here first of all we add a new column, okay, in data frame, and this new column will convert into index. So first of all we add a new column. So here we adding a elements of string values. For example, this is a string. Okay, we split the element using split function. This is our list after splitting C A N Y W Y O R C O A B. So we will add this list to our new column. Simple df. This is the new column name state equal to new ind. That means state names. So we assign this value to this new column. Simply we just add a new column state. Okay, now we will convert this column, this state column, into, we will convert this column into index. Our original index is A B C D, so we want to change the index with this column names. Okay, just df dot set index, we will use just set index function and pass the column name state. So these are this column is our new index. Now you can check with the columns df dot column function. So it return w x y z. Sorry, this is the columns w x y z. Already we covered this. Next is index level. Okay, index level, it means index of index. Okay, outer index and inner index, like this one. G1 and G2 are the outer index, and 1, 2 and 3, these are the inner index of G1. Okay, and 1, 2 and 3 are the index of G2. It's like a employees data, senior employees and junior employees, and this is the senior employees G1 and G2 with the junior employees, and 1, 2, 3 is the ID of employees. How to create this? First of all, we will assign initialize to list G1. We have total 6 columns. Sorry, 6 row. Okay, so we will we initialize a list with 6 elements: G1, 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 G2, G2, G2. Okay, and we want only 2 outer index. So we give only 2 names, G1 and G2, and total we have 6 elements. And inside inside index, total is 6 index, and each outer index have 3 index, 1 to 3 and 1 to 3. So here we will use GIF function. GIF function will combine the out index and inside function. Okay, here you can see GIF out index, outside and inside. It will convert in the form of tuple. Okay, and convert this in list. This is the list of tuple: G1 1, G1 2, G1 3, G2 1, G2 2 and G2 3. These are the list of tuples. Okay, this one, and this output assigned to this variable index. Okay, for now we will use function multi-index. Okay, pd dot multi-index. We will convert this list into multi-index. Okay, pd dot multi-index dot from tuples. Okay, and we pass the index values. It means list of tuples. Okay, so output of hierarchy index, this one. Output of hierarchy index is multi-index in this form. Okay, we convert the list into multi-index. Okay, now we will create a data frame, pd dot data frame random and 6 by 2. It means 6th row and 2 columns, and we pass the index name. What is hierarchy index? This one, and column name is AB. So will you get a data frame in this form? G1 and G2 is the outer index, 1, 2, 3 are the inner index. Okay, ABC our columns name. And now how to access index? So you can use log function, same as index. So you can also access multi-index using log function, G1. So it return all the senior employees data, 1, 2, 3. Okay, and if you want to access for particular inner index from outer index, then you can use log function again, df.log G1 log 1. So it will return um, first employees data from senior employees. And again, you can apply column here. It written column A and B, and then again you filter out column B, like salary data. A is the age column, and B is the salary column. So you can access particular column. Next is how to give index name. Here you can see G1 and outer index and inner index not have any name as like column name. So if you want to give name, then you can use index.name function. You apply the index name function to df. It return none because we have two index, outer index and inner index. It say there is no name. Now if you want to assign new name, so df.index name equal to groups and number. Okay, groups for outer index, now number is for inner index. If you run again, then you can see groups and number. Next is how to access same specific row of all the group together. Okay, if you want to access first employee from all the group from senior group and junior group, then you can use access function access, and first parameter used for index, first index, and level equal to number. Okay, because you want to access from inner index first employee data of each group, then it return G1 first employee data and G2 first employee data of second group. This is our data frame. Okay,